The particular concept, probability, plays a very vital role in scientific humanism. To highlight the importance of this, I would give a simple example, then you would be able to appreciate every bit of it. Suppose I drive a good car from Chennai to Cap Comrie, which is about 600 kilometers approximately. It would take about 10 to 12 hours, 10 to 15 hours. Okay. Now, the probability of my reaching Cap Comrie, overcoming all the hurdles, all the pitfalls on the road, and there are so many problems in the signals, and there could be rush drivers coming back and forth from me, and somebody can also hit me impossible. Taking into all these points into considerations, the probability of my reaching Cape Comorin is about 90%, 80 to 90 or 95%, never ever 100%. This is true for all those who are familiar, they would have known. Because even though I am a good driver, my car is a good one, and I follow all the traffic rules. Remember, I travel in a road where many others also traveling along with me, ahead of me, behind me, and on the opposite side also. Any cranky driver can collide with me in any way. It's quite possible. Or the traffic signals may not be proper. There also a vehicle coming from west to east or east to west can end up with a crash with me. All these put together make my probability only 90%, never ever 100%. Then take the other extreme. In a similar fashion, another person who is a drunken driver who takes a car, drinking is a way of life for him, and driving is also his way of life. So he takes a car from Chennai and he goes towards Cap Comrie. Another car. He hardly follows traffic rules. And he smokes on the way, listens to music, and he just jumps in the car and do everything. And he takes his own rule, he follows his own rule and reaches Cap Comrie. What is the probability of him reaching Cap Comrie? You might say such a driver may not reach there at all. But there is a final probability, let us say 10% or even 5%, that such a drunken, careless, cranky driver also would reach the destination, because on the way other drivers would have realized that there is a cranky driver behind the wheels, behind the steering, and they must give way for him lest they would get crashed. It happens, and because of this one, he has some finite probability. It is not zero. These are the two extremes we have given. In the modern world, there are many methods of transportation. You can drive by car, by a truck, by two-wheelers or motorbikes, or you can go by ship, you can go by train, you can travel by flight. All of them are very common. People keep doing all these things. In all these modes of transportation, do you know which one is the safest so far? It is by going by the flight. Now, if you look at the statistics and take any Google or any Pew report, you will see. You can just imagine about 10,000 airplanes are running back and forth over a million times in a year. I'm just giving crude examples. Out of that, only 3 or 4 of them would end up with an accident. It is so safe, in spite of the fact that when we travel in a flight, we have given the responsibility, or we have put so much trust on the pilots the efficiency of the pilots and the efficiency of the airport control, efficiency of the air traffic control, and the efficiency and the safety of the flight. All these we have put so much enormous stress that we don't even hesitate or worry or even think twice before I take my flight from India to USA. It is true. In spite of all this, you would have heard about a flight from Malaysia, I think it's M130 or so, that happened a few years ago. It was just went up, left Malaysia, went up the sky, and suddenly disappeared. For years together, nobody could trace, or even now, nobody knows whatever has happened. Why I give this example is the flight and the flight training, machine and the pilots, everything have gone through so many thorough examination, repetitive, careful analysis, and then they got very good training. Because of this one, air flight is very safe. Still, there is finite probability of things going wrong somewhere or another, and flight ends up in a danger, total death of the passengers. All this happens, but they are occasional. Very often I have come across many people comment on this kind of situation, that it is a written or it is a fate that these people have committed some sins or something like that. It is the retribution of God giving punishment for all those people who have gone into this kind of disaster, and this is the way the death always finds a way to punish them. All these are total miserable ignorance or miserable nonsense. The accident was not predetermined, the accident was not determined at all, and it is just an accident. It can happen to anybody, anytime, in any nation. All this is a statistical event. Now, to avoid this kind of accident, extreme care has been taken care of. In spite of that, there is always a finite probability of error. This is because, as human beings, we have a very strong limitation in our technical skill, knowledge, everything. Not only that, our capability of achieving perfection also is limited. Because of these two limitations, that is, limitation of knowledge, limitation of capability, there is always a finite probability that things can and could and will have gone wrong. Not only the flight, you must have seen about rocket launching, going to the moon or going to the orbit. Many of them have been successful, and one of them exploded immediately on takeoff. All these are real. All these indicate the limitation of our human beings.